Hello everyone, today I'm going to share with you how to brainstorm with ChatGPT. Okay, so those are the brainstorming session that I did before my video. So you can see that I just keep brainstorming and I did a quick sketch. And then ChatGPT pretty much gave me a lot of different ideas. And today I want to kind of share with you how I get to the brainstorming section. Okay, so first, before all the brainstorming, you need to know like the topic. For example, like I decided to do the Reven by Edgar Allan Poe. So the most important thing is that I need to read the poem. Okay, so you can always go online since it is public domain. You can use it, make a lot of different fan art. The reason why I use a public domain is because sometimes we would like to do something that very cool, but however, we might get sued by the original author. So I think the most important thing for us for our assignment, the most important thing is that we find something a little safer. You can always create the poem or story on your own. That is totally up to you. But I just want to share with you my process. The first thing is that I would definitely read it, read the whole thing. And since my first language is Chinese, so I would definitely, have a Chinese translation on the side. Or you can always buy the book, right? This is Moby Dick. Recently I'm reading, and I was working on the boss fight. So you can see that I did a lot of different notes, and sometimes I put notes on my notebook. So the interesting thing about ChatGPT or any other Gen AI is that you have to make the decision, final decision, and you need to tell what's hallucination and what's not. So in order to gain the knowledge, you have to read the original source before you jump in. So that's how ChatGPT can help you. You don't want to be the slave, right? You don't want to be the person who just execute. You want to be the director, or direct ChatGPT to kind of help you, assist you. Not you are the labor of ChatGPT. Okay, so first thing, if you want to pause the video, pause it and start, reading whatever materials you pick, or you want to write your own story. Pause this video, take as long as possible, read, enjoy it, and start, writing some notes. Learn it by, do whatever you have to do. Sometimes you can watch the movie, right? And just to understand before using ChatGPT. Okay, so pause the video, read the material, and once you finish it, please come back. Okay, I assume you've already finished reading your material. Okay, great. So let's jump into how to brainstorm with ChatGPT. Okay, so first I would have an idea, like an overall brainstorm session. I would say, I want to transform the Reven written by Edgar Allan Poe into an immersive mixed reality game that explores psychological suspense and emotional depth. Give me some concept regarding to game ideas, game mechanics, scene ideas, visual and emotional styles. So those are pretty much something that I want to know before I dive into more detail. So you can see first I introduce what's the material that I want to ChatGPT to help me with, right? And then I want to have some concepts, game ideas, game mechanics, scene ideas, and visual emotional style, because I think good stories always can trigger people's emotion. So I think we can start with a general idea, and also what's the visual, what's the music, right? So we can start with that. So you can see ChatGPT already, give you some interesting idea. Yeah, this is, I would say, pretty cool. Yeah, it's just like the visual, right? And it looks like a zombie. But anyway, so it's pretty much, you can see it's dark, and there's like a light up, right? It's very similar to Baroque. You just light up something and the rest of it, you make it very dark. So you can see, and it's like a monochrome, right? This is more like a purple blue. This is more green. And this is like a greenish, right? And this is like a green and red. So you can see this style, right? And you can see this is like a midnight jewelry, so it feels like a little bit suspense. Okay, so you can see like ChatGPT is helping me do like a game concept, right? And then also some game mechanics, some emotional echoes, reality distortion, interactive poetry, and like some different shifts. And other same idea, right? You can see some interesting endless hallway, some interesting creative way to represent the scene. Also visual and emotional style. So you can see that ChatGPT pretty much create some interesting, for example, contrast between light and shadow. Visuals draw inspiration from Gothic arts, right? And you can totally, when you see this, you can always put this into, for example, like a Suno or 11 Labs, and to create some sound effects or create some background music. Okay, so if you see development tools, right, you can see Unity. What I will do is Unity using MetaQuest building blocks, and I will use Oculus or MetaQuest 3. So, further reading, and you can always, there are a lot of interesting books or readings for you to learn more. And then after that, I came up with an idea. I want to have, for example, like a scene where the window slightly open, but this is like a different chapter. I think it's like from somewhere here, right? So open here, I found the shutter when with many flirt and flutter. So I want to kind of present this chapter. So I drew this. So Edgar went out. Edgar one day in the room in the middle of night, he was kind of like in the middle of like a not emotional stable. So he was very tired, and also he had a lot of hallucination. So he heard somebody was knocking the door, and he was like, oh, that's pretty scary. And he went out, and he kind of wandered around and come back. And later on, he heard that, oh, it's actually from the window. So he went and opened the window, and the bird or the Reven just fly on top of the palace, which is Athena's head is on top of the door. And I want to make it a little bit surrealism and make it like because, in Edgar Allan Poe's poem, it's very surrealism because every once in a while, you always see like angel or like a thunder. Like a lot of scene is totally surrealism. So that's why I think surrealism environment will be really good. So I plan out a little bit and pretty much make a rehearsal inside my brain, and I list out all the potential trigger. So those are kind of like my brainstorm after brainstorm with ChatGPT. And then you can see that the game title, Shadow of Nevermore. It's very interesting, right? And then game structure, scene by scene flow. You can see action, background music fading, cruel knock sound, right? And UI shows up, voiceover, and later on, player, you can touch the window. So you can see like ChatGPT star helping you to doing like a lot of like curation. And then window animation, open 3D and pass through portal reveal the surreal sky. And you see like, oh, there's a wind and the Reven, just like a anime Reven and fly on top of the palace, which is the status of Athena. And then you can see a Reven fly scene and then perches on the palace bust, right? Anchor on top of the status. And then dynamic lighting, and you can always have some interesting lighting, right? And you can always use, like, for example, game mechanics, you can use gesture, world anchor, voice emotional recognition, or you can use like color palette. You can do some audio design, some echoing, some ambient sound. Yeah, so you can see like ChatGPT really gives you like a in-depth, like trying to give you as many ideas as possible. So you can see tech stack suggestions, right? Yeah, so has to stretch goal. Yeah, branching narrative. So player choice, follow the Reven, speak to it. So you can definitely make this NPC like an AI, right? Make the Reven. You can later on, if you wanna do like some interesting narration, you can definitely do it, right? And Lenore, right? This is like the girl he loved and died or something, and he was like suffering because he lost his woman, or his, yeah, so his beloved woman. So yeah, and multiplayer, you can always have a couple of people and explore that little kind of. I made it as a diorama, so it's like a small house, dollhouse, and you can explore. So yeah, and ChatGPT even make a timeline. So I think it's a very, very good kind of plan. And also you can see it's pretty much help you to sorting out emotion, right? Because I think the most important thing for this game is not really about what should I say? It's not really about getting points, or like getting, not really about the game mechanics, but more about the visual, the sound, and also how you plan it, how you present it to make the storytelling very, trigger people's emotions. So I think all those you can definitely, type by typing this, right? So yeah, so those are something that I would start explore, and then take a look. Once you do it, you can definitely start sketch your ideas and put it back into ChatGPT and start sorting out. So I think the most important thing is to read, to understand, and then brainstorm with the Gen AI. Any Gen AI tools can always help you and find the blind spot of your thinkings. So I think this is definitely the really good tools to help me sorting out what should I do, and also all those you can definitely copy and paste to your document, and later on you can always put back to the Gen AI and enhance the vocabulary, and also enhance the visual or audio, background music, sound effects. Cool. Okay, so I want to see what you can come up with. So first, definitely, kind of start finding a book, right? Or finding a poem, and then use ChatGPT, and then start doing the brainstorming and put, like, for example, as ChatGPT, the concept, game ideas, game mechanics, theme ideas, visual, emotional style, and also you can add more like sound effects, right? And also a lot of different interesting stuff. So I bet yours, if you pick the literary piece that is different from me, then you will get totally different ideas. But I think during the assignment, I put a couple of questions. So the first one is, what is the core idea of your game in one sentence? So you can pick, whatever best for you. A lot of questions are just helping you to think more. So let's just put in. Okay, so what's the core idea of your game in one sentence? A mixed reality journey that transfers your own room into Edgar Allan Poe's haunted study room, where each gesture and whisper verse summers the Reven's nevermore and mirrors your minds of descent into obsession. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. Okay, so next one, what emotional experience do you want player to feel? Okay, so all those questions are really, really good. So you can definitely, brainstorm and work back and forth, right? So the answer or the prompt, the answer of the prompt is I want the player to be swapped into a trembling mix of melancholic longing and creeping dread, like standing alone in like a candlelight room where everywhere a whisper of poetry and the shadow corner feels charged with unseen grief and obsession. So you can see like those are all very emotional descriptions. So all those are really, really good. You know, later on you can put a lot of really nice kind of description into your 3D environment or character design. Next one. What kind of setting or world does your game take place in? Okay, so let's take a look. Oh, wow. So you see like a Victorian style, right? And the wall, right? And the stormy sky. So there are a lot of interesting like a world. You can definitely, you know, later on you can use Gen AI to generate those 3D. Okay, next one. Who is the player or main character and what is their goal? So you type in. Yeah, so you can see that there are a lot of interesting, you know, emotion, kind of like a thinking and spirit. So you can definitely, you know, write it down or brainstorm or have a Google Doc, putting all the questions and putting all your answers, revise it, and come up with the like a game plan, right? So yeah, this is something that I usually do before I jump in and create a story. So yeah, so what's your story? Let me know that you know you have any questions. Feel free to share in the community or tag me on LinkedIn, right? Or reach out to me. Okay, so yeah, I love to see what you can come up with. Okay, thank you. I will see you next one. Bye bye.